Hello, I hope you enjoyed our Cambridge short. We now have the chance to hear from our researcher, Dr. Ruth Jackson Ravenscroft, and our creative, Rita Hakkarainen, that collaborated in this project. Hi both. Rita, I will start with you, if that's okay. I'm quite curious to know, what did you need to know from Ruth to start this project? What were your tools to interpret Ruth's research?
Well, she sent me first her brief, the text of her research, which she applied for the Cambridge Creatives, which was really interesting. It had some artworks and theatre plays, and philosophy in there about Annunciation, Mary's, when Gabriel comes to tell Mary that she's going to have a son of God. So, and then she had lots of questions in there about did Mary actually have a choice or not. And so it was quite an interesting paper, and I researched as well a lot about things. But the film was only 2 minutes, and then they said, you said as well, that we can't have even the credits over the 2 minutes. So I realized we have to condense this into 2 minutes, and I asked Ruth, please make a text which is exactly 1 minute 45 seconds. So that was the main thing, which we had to first concentrate on that, and then she did a great text. And then I started working on storyboard and the general concept, which I decided to concentrate more on the art history side, because it's visual, of course, and I did an animation. So so we had lots of discussion about paintings, which I'm going to include and not include, and what can we do with that, and play around with change of how Mary changes through the time, from having on one side angel, on another side Mary, to not depicting Gabriel at all, or having him as a light or flower, or just a call on a mobile phone or text. So and then so that we had a lot of discussion kind of about these things.
Brilliant, thank you. And now to you, Ruth. If you can tell me a bit, what were your expectations at the beginning? Did you already know roughly what was the level that you wanted to pitch this film, and how this process of these discussions that Rita explained so well?
So it's actually difficult for me to remember what I, before, when I was applying for the project, what my initial ideas were, because things have changed so much, because actually this is so collaborative. Obviously Rita produced the film herself, so all of the creative wonder that you see, all of the images, the drawings, are all of hers. But when it comes to the ideas, we spent so much time discussing with each other, both via email and on FaceTime together, what the film was actually going to look like. And as Rita says, we were sending each other paintings that we were going off, and we were researching paintings, both ancient and modern, of how Mary has been depicted in this event, and in the Bible, where Luke talks about what happens to Mary when she's told by Gabriel that she will give birth to a son, and the son will be the Son of God. It's a couple of lines in the text. But the really wonderful thing is that, throughout history, this is, and Rita described this yesterday when we had a chat, it's like a blossoming, of flowering of images that throughout history of these, these couple of lines of text have generated so many artistic reproductions. So the two of us spent ages, things like El Greco, Caravaggio, Henry Ossawa-Tana, and in terms of pitching the video, and you say, what level did you want it to be pitched at? The really wonderful thing about all of this and all of our conversations that went into the video is that when you watch it, if you're an art historian, you can come to this video and you will probably recognize most, or not, if not all, of the paintings that Rita has been inspired by. So there's that really kind of, if you're coming at this from a very expert level, you know, you'll immediately be saying, how has Mary been? Oh, that's a Caravaggio inspiration, sort of that slide. And there's this moment where Rita depicts the news hitting Mary via, you know, Mary gets a text from Gabriel. So it's a very modern image of how this might happen if we were going to depict it today. But she's done it in a way that Mary, when she receives the texts, briefly switches into a posture like that of Eve in the Garden of Eden. And this is something, you know, putting Eve and Mary together is a motif that's existed in Annunciation painting since the Renaissance, since the medieval period. So if you were a theologian, you would know that when you watch the video, and you would say, oh gosh, you know, I can see that happening. So if you're coming at this from an expert level, you can still get something from the film. Whereas if you're coming to this film with no knowledge whatsoever of Christianity, because of the strong visual element, there's still so much you can gain from it. And Rita's listed at the end of the film all of the paintings that she used as inspiration. So we're hoping that some of the questions we ask in the script, questions around gender roles, the way that women are perceived, women's bodies are perceived and valued, and how that's changed the way that the Annunciation has been depicted through time. People could engage with that question and have a think about it. Similarly, you know, they'll come to this and they'll say, oh, I really enjoyed that image of Mary in that final painting, that final scene. Where's that from? Let me go and have a look. So I think you know, hopefully the beauty of this video is that you can come at it from any level of engagement and learn something and engage with it.
Brilliant, thank you. I think now I need to go back and watch it again, and I think all of us do, because now I think it brought new ideas. Well, thank you both so much. It was a pleasure collaborating with you in this work, and thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank you.